I've got like I'm going to list the 26 players that I want, and budget that out, and then have a few backups, and that's it. I'm not the players that I'm not listing, I could care less about. And so it's not like a snake draft where you have to be aware of like every single player. I'm just going to get the ones that I want, and it shouldn't be a problem.
I think every time you pick one, you should say, "You're the one that I want, honey."
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do it, I will.
And then there's the keeper factor. Like I said, I think Soto and Tatis are $100 players.
I don't.
Means you want to pay for them next year.
Sorry, I just picked up a tab and forgot that I was streaming and was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to show this. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I got all distracted.
Yeah, because of the keeper thing. I mean, Soto and Tatis, maybe Acuna are, you don't ever have to pay for them again if you get them. So they're pretty valuable, a lot more valuable than their price. If you're concerned about next year.
Some minor league notes here. One, Justin Bour was signed by the Giants. He was playing overseas last year to a minor league contract. And it seems as if Ryan Braun is making himself available to the Brewers in July if they feel necessary. And I said to my dad, who told me this information, so we'll feel it necessary to sign a guy who wasn't even practicing in July. For what reason? I love Ryan Braun for some of the years that he had. It seemed all too brief, really, especially since he was kind of injury prone. But I think it's time to hang it up. So.
Yeah, and I don't. It makes me think of, and don't take this the wrong way, but it makes me think of Chipper Jones at the end where they were kind of resting him, except Chipper Jones was still really, really good. Probably a lot better than Ryan Braun is now. I'm not trying to beat down Ryan Braun, but
so the thing is, I think Braun could hit 273 or something.
Yeah,
maybe that's what he did last year, 270. But he doesn't have any home run power anymore. He's not fast. There's nothing to want. He's not going to drive anyone in. He's not going to get any runs. He can't hit in the middle of the lineup anymore. So what are we doing it for? I don't get it. All right, Willie Castro. Oh, Willie. And for those of you out there who think, oh, you guys didn't get very much done, we did a lot. We did a whole fucking lot. We just reorganized by total. So, I mean, if you look, we did a fucking lot of work on Thursday. We're like data entry specialists over here.
Okay.
I think you might need a deep dive for Willie Castro into his minor league shit, because in 2019 he had 230 and in 2020 he had 349. Although his expected batting average was good, which is weird because his hard hit and exit velocity were bad. His exit velocity was actually bottom 6 in the league. And he wasn't barreling an exceptional amount of pitches. So I'm not exactly sure why his expected batting average was so high.
Yeah.
He hit every pitch equally well, though. Everything was over 300. With, 250 PAs.
Yeah, I don't understand the formulas enough to say why the exit velocity could be that bad and the expected batting could be that good. The expected slugging also. Anything would be just a guess. It really doesn't make sense. Of course, it's another thing. It's a small sample size, and these metrics need at least 400 or 500 plate appearances to be accurate.
Right.
129 is not going to be accurate. So.
I mean, if you step up to the plate once and hit a home run 500 feet with the perfect launch angle, it's going to make this shit seem pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. That's why, they say over after 4 or 5 years, just look at their actual career batting averages and career numbers because the expected's supposed to line up. So
I once again thought this would be a catcher. So,
what did you think this would be a catcher?
Willie Castro, does that not scream catcher to you? The 170 pounds does not scream catcher. But Willie Castro, that sounds like the best catcher you've ever had. Sounds like you could catch something from him. Or he could catch something from you.
He's the complete opposite of every catcher.
That's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. He plays baseball.
It's true.
Catchers play baseball.
Some of them do. Jorge Alfaro barely does.
He definitely plays, just not like well. Yeah. Eddie Hooser Badilli. What are we saying for his fucking average?
Well, you're the minor league guy for Willie Castro, so.
I literally don't even know how to get there. I literally didn't even know what fucking position the man played.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, he batted 349 last year, so I don't know what to make of these metrics because they're kind of weird.
In the minors, in 6 seasons, he had 273. He also played foreign, it says, which just must be, I don't know, some sort of Cuba something or something, and he hit 259.
Yeah. Cuba, Mexico, Venezuela, yeah.
Yeah, so
Korea.
He's not a 300 hitter, so it's like probably
No,
like a
with
260 or something. He did play for someone named Guido, which I kind of like that name. I think we probably just straight rate across like his minor league numbers.
Pretty much. I think the 349 can be ignored because.
Damn it, you idiot.
Well, thanks.
No, I fucking wanted to look at my email real fast. I fucking like darkened my screen, looked at my email, didn't switch tabs, undarkened it, and then just showed everyone my email.
Use a different window, and they can't see the other window.
Well, I was only gonna do it once, so there's no purpose at this. It's fine. Yeah, but yeah, the minor league numbers I think will be the best way to kind of do this.
Yeah, his strikeout rate was 27-5. So, what'd you say about 260?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere below that.
You think it'll be somewhere below 260?
Yeah, he doesn't have any exit velocity, and he doesn't walk much. He doesn't strike out, or he strikes out a lot. Doesn't walk much, so he looks pretty fucking useless to me.
Okay.
So below 260.
So a 4. That's below 260, right?
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's about 250, but that would still put him in the 260 category. Do you think he's even below 250?
No, I think well, he could be, but I'll give him the benefit of the 349.
Okay.
Because everything here, again, the strikeouts and the exit velocity say pretty fucking awful. So.
Yeah, he's about a 3 for on base percentage too. At all levels, he averages out at 320, and it's pretty close. 333, 320, and 295 from the MLB minors and foreign. So he's actually the worst in Cuba, Mexico, Venezuela, wherever the fuck he was playing. Dominican Winter League, Carolina League, International League. Yeah, so I'd say he's about a 3 in that. Slugging, he averages at all levels 400. He had 363, 398, 459. He actually, all of his numbers seem better at the major league level, which is kind of confusing. Maybe they were just playing too slow for him.
Just a really small sample, though.
Yeah, probably 3. Homers, he has in his entire career at all levels, 7 seasons, 51.
Yeah.
Best year was 11.
32.
Yeah. Yeah. Strikeout rate, I guess we got to go here. Pretty high. It's bordering on a 2, but I guess it's like a 3. What about the man's speed here? Stolen bases.
Pretty fast.
102 in 7 seasons at all levels, but did not steal one at the major league level. He's had 18, 20. He's had quite a few. He's probably good for like 10 or something.
He's like a 3.
Yeah.
Runs. This is, he's not going to score many runs.
It's a terrible lineup.
It's pretty bad.
I think we could do like 60 runs or something.
Yeah.
3.
A 2.
I think that's a 3. 75 is a 4, I think. Right? Okay.
We should write all this down.
Yeah, I'm our guiding. I'm like, we're like fucking Ludwig the Accursed, and I'm the fucking, also the Moonlight Greatsword. They're like one thing, or they're two things, but they're also like one thing, because it's this giant moonlight. It keeps him from going the wrong way, although he did turn into a giant horse with 2 faces monster, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, he's
Hopefully
gonna
that won't happen to us.
Well, it's too late for me. He's going to have less than 60. That's like a 2. It's going to be bad RBI numbers. I would not be 23. I would not be hopeful of that. 8, 10, 13, 16, 19, 23. Yep. Yes, sir. Wilson Contreras. I don't like Wilson Contreras. Is William his brother? He's with the Braves, right? His brother?
I don't know.
I don't want William. God damn it. I want Wilson. Anytime he comes up to the bat, I'm going to yell at him like Tom Hanks. Wilson!
It's kind of like this sounds really bad. It's kind of like in ninth grade. There was a girl in my class named her last name was Patel, and
was she?
I said, "Hey,
was she Indian?
Huh? Yeah.
You had an Indian girl at Pickens?
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the problem here. So I said,
okay.
I saw a kid in my 3rd grade yearbook who was named Patel, and she's like, "There are many people named Patel. That's not my brother."
Oh.
So, I felt pretty bad.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't think... Well, because, first of all, I gotta say, apparently even the ass crack of the world sees light. You know? Because, like, Pickens does not scream, nor has I ever seen someone of that kind of ancestry in Pickens County. Or, like, Cherokee County. Unless
we have plenty of doctors.
I guess that's... I mean, like... I don't know. We're walking some really thin lines here, I think, in terms of, like, stereotypes. But I was going to say, unless they're, like, a doctor or something. What were you saying just before the Patel thing? I had a comment.
Talking about Wilson and William Contreras.
Oh, did you ever see the Family Guy skit with Peter and when he was on he was the castaway? He just kept on yelling, "Wilson! Wilson!" Did we ever talk about this one already? I think so.
No, I don't think so.
And the volleyball talks back to me. He says, "My name's Voight, dumbass." Pretty good. So he's a lifetime 265 hitter. Hit 282 in his best season. I just don't think he's all that good. I don't
I like this player.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't whack him. I really
Yeah,
don't.
he had a bad August and a really good September. So he just had a bad month. But historically, he's been all right
You
for
have
a
to
catcher.
wake him up before September ends.
Hmm.
So do we think he'll bat 265 or higher?
Probably not higher.
So 4, okay. I have an advertisement on the side of my screen for Sweet Earth Pad Thai noodles, and it says, "It's the best frozen meal I've ever had." What does that actually mean? You know? Like,
It means you need an ad blocker.
okay, that's true. I have base percentage, career average of 351, pretty much on the nuts, so that's a 4. I gotta reload my gum dispenser. Shit.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm
You're
playing
working
with
that thing.
I'm sorry. I get 50.
It's okay. I knew you were snapping something.
You're just scared about what I was snapping. 162 game average of 463 slugging. Has had some really bad years. Well, one pretty bad year and one not so great year, but the other ones have been pretty nice. Floating around that 500 mark and shit.
Hmm.
Launch angle is leaving a little bit something to be desired. Exit velocity isn't that great.
It's okay. It's above average.
He got good pop time. I don't know, he's probably between a 4 and a 5, I guess. Homers.
Yeah. I think you'll hit. I think you'll hit 20.
3 or 4. Do
15
you
or
think
20.
he'll hit 20? Okay, so you don't think he'll hit 25, so that's a 3.
Well, more because he's a catcher and he's going to have time off. So
Yeah, he takes significant time off, it looks like. Strikeouts. 25%, 23 over his career, almost 24. So he could go to a 3, or if you think he could play up a little bit, which is possible, he could be a 4. Nope, okay. Stolen bases, he has 13 in his 5-year career, 11452. I'm assuming there's not going to be a whole lot of stolen bases.
he's got good speed though, decent speed for a catcher.
Yeah. Runs, he averages 75, 37, 37, 50, 50, 33. So the average is pretty bad because he'll never play 162 games. So we could be optimistic and say he could get 60. Or not. I mean, it's
I don't
like a
think
3 or 2.
I don't think there's going to be anybody to drive him in. So
That's an excellent point.
3.
RBIs are average 83, 26, 64, 54, 74, 35.
Would you say for RBIs?
He averaged in 162 games, which he'll never do, it's 83. But he had 26, 64, 54, 74, 35. That's fine. Yeah. 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 17, 21, 25. Jake Cronenworth.
I don't know that Cronenworth is starting, is he?
Let's find out.
Should
Projected
be.
Padres lineup. They have him batting 7th, which means that the guy they picked up from Korea will not be starting, according to this. Or he'll just be a rotational, like, fill-in anytime someone needs, like, a break.
Yeah, they're probably going to do a lot of rotating, and Profar will be moved in and out too.
Yeah,
So
this isn't an optimistic situation. I don't know. Is Profar still there? I don't know if he signed
I
yet.
think.
Well, when I put in Profar, the word that immediately comes afterward is Padres. He signed a deal in January 27th. So yeah, he's still there. So what we're telling you is Jake Cronenworth is gonna have to kind of chisel in a spot.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough without the DH, but he played well. Metrics are good.
So I was watching MLB Network, which, by the way, Brian Kenny was trying to make an argument that Andrew McCutchen is a Hall of Fame player, and I was disgusted. I was like, what? But anyway, like, if you're thinking Hall of Fame players that currently play who are, I mean, you're thinking Mike Trout, thinking Bryce Harper. And I don't even like Bryce Harper that much. But the elite years of Andrew McCutchen, they were like 3 years. It was not very long. And even his best years weren't that fantastic. Stolen bases, I mean, like, pretty... He was like above average in everything, but was not like elite in anything. So I don't see how he could be Hall of Fame.
Right.
But they were like saying that Major League Baseball and the National League was like, enough with this nonsense. The DH thing was so stupid. And it's like, it made the game better, made it more entertaining. The stupid thing was putting someone on second base in extras and playing seventh inning double headers, and that's what made it worse. That was the silliness. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't ever want to see a pitcher hit again.
There's
They're
nothing
not paid to do
fun
it.
about it.
They're not paid to do it. They're not trained to do it. Nobody expects them to succeed. There's no parallel in professional sports to a pitcher hitting.
It would
Like,
be.
so,
It would be if
like
you had a
people-
goalie in hockey, doing like the shootout. Why would in
Maybe,
pads?
But even a goalie probably practices with a stick sometimes. Do they?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know shit about hockey.
Probably not. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it's it seems like a dead question, and this was something that was brought up like over 100 years ago by somebody, some executive. I forget what the term was, but the DH is not a new concept.
Right.
So I don't know why this resistance and why everybody wants to see pitchers hit. And it doesn't add more strategy.
Apparently, the Players Association doesn't want to give more people jobs.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it doesn't add more strategy. I mean, it adds more strategy when you have to figure out how to pitch to David Ortiz.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
not fucking some AAA guy off the bench.
But that's also a great point. Like, what if we didn't ever have the DH? Then David Ortiz, who is a Hall of Fame type player, would have never had a career. So
Right. Right, and same for pretty much Jim Thome, Frank Thomas, some of the greatest hitters of all time.
Right.
Would not have been able to play.
I mean, Albert Pujols would have had to probably retire 80 years ago. Does he? I'm assuming. Right. Yeah. Well, he still plays some first base. But his plantar fasciitis and his 50-year-old ass probably would have had some problems. His Cronenworth's expected batting average was mighty high. So it seems like whatever metrics are with him. I don't really know. All of his metrics look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He gets off-speed
Curious
pitches like nothing.
Yeah, he was great. I'm curious as to why he's just coming out at 27, though. Why it took him so long.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't play at all before. This is his first year in the big leagues at all. So
I don't know. It's a good question.
Well,
it seems difficult to give him a rating. Maybe we should give him like a 5 for average because his expected is so high.
His minor league average is 283. So that's okay. He's never had much power. So I think the 280 range, 285 last year. So yeah, the 280 range is fine.
That's like a 5.
5.
Okay. His on base percentage last year was 354.
His minor league was 375.
His expected was almost 400. With a little bit above average walk rate. He's probably still just a 4, though.
So his minor league slugging was 394, so this is where he really exploded.
Yeah.
And he did, and the metrics back it up, but I don't know if it's sustainable.
I say you just hit him with the average. Just give him a 4.
Yeah, and he's never had much power. He had 10 home runs in 2019. That's his high in 7-8 years. So the home run power really, well, he only had 4, but
are we giving like a 2 or a 3?
like a what?
A 2 or a 3?
Probably a 2.
Okay.
He looks like he's gonna hit about 10.
Pretty good strikeout rate, but only did it once, and I don't know what he looked like in the minors.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
About the same. Yeah.
Like 5-6 territory, I guess. I'd be safe with a 5. He had 3 stolen bases last season. It's like a 3 if that's consistent over his minor league shit.
His high was 22. He's usually in the teens.
Okay. So
That's 92nd percentile.
let's bump that up to like a 4. The problem is going to be with his other counting stats. Will he play?
Yeah. The Padres are going to run too, so
I don't
plays
know.
every day and hits well. He'll get to 20.
His RBI numbers looked. Let me check to make sure I'm not crazy. Like they could add up to be mediocre, but without consistent playing time, I mean, it can't be any more than a 2 or a 3 for both of those categories. Even though it's a really good lineup, so maybe I don't know. Giving him 3 seems like he's gonna end up grading out better than he should. I mean, there's at least 2 other people that he's competing with in infield at bats.
Well, I think he's going to win that battle.
Well, how much money do they pay the guy from Korea? He's better than Profar.
I don't even know who that guy is.
I think his last name is Kim. I hope I'm right, because that would be a pretty awful generalization. Padres. Apparently they didn't play yesterday. Yeah, they did. I'm just stupid. Here we go. His name is... It is Kim. Haesong Kim. I think he hit like 30, 40 home runs in Korea.
God damn. Okay. Well, we'll just assume Cronenworth's going to play because that's all we've got to go on. And if he gets knocked out of the lineup, then, nothing lost for us.
Okay, so he was the third shortstop in the history of the KBO to ever record 20 home runs and 20 steals in the same season. And he had 84 RBIs, and it was a total of 28 steals, batting .281. So, considered to be quite talented. But I don't know if he doesn't There's no spot. I don't know. It's either threes or twos, and you have to make that decision.
The other thing with Cronenworth is he can play everywhere. So he can play the outfield, first base.
But so can Profar, and so can Kim. They
well,
were planning on
Cronenworth's
playing
better than
any
Cronenworth
position.
is better than Profile.
Absolutely. I mirror that sentiment. But I just don't know. I mean, like, so maybe one of these outfielders gets hurt or something, but
Is it Myers, Grisham, and who's the other one?
outfielders, fucking Tommy Pham.
Oh.
I wanted Tommy Pham to be so good last year. He was not.
He will be.
He's only getting older.
Let's say 3 in both. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, they have him slotted in to start, but I don't know. I mean, like, let's say you have a bunch of big boppers on your team or something, and you like, play him, and then you, like, live with the days where he doesn't play and shit. I guess that's possible. 13, 15, 20, 24, 27, 30. Yeah. That was my concern. Because who else is in the 30 category here? Mike Yastrzemski, Brandon Nimmo, Ramon Laureano, Ramal Tapia, Carlos Santana, Bo Bichette, Louis Robert, Rafael Devers. Like, at first look, the 30s were like our guys we kind of like a lot kind of category. Which I guess I like Jake Cronenworth. I don't know.
If Cronenworth plays every day, I like him better than most of those.
I like him more than Louis Robert.
Certainly more than Nimmo, Yastrzemski, Tapia, Suarez. Yeah.
Although Louis Robert has really been hitting well in spring training, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, another guy I like a lot. I'm assuming he's going to give me some troubles typing in his name here. Oh, no, there he is. If you put a D and an apostrophe, he pops right up. The only person in the major leagues with that. Although if you put it into fucking baseball reference, they get fucking confused. So, also, can we talk about this? Why is his last name the D small but the A capitalized?
I think it's a French thing.
They all know. Okay.
It's the same as like DeGrom. The D is lowercase. I think it means of.
Of the Groms? Okay.
Certain place. Yeah. It's just like Mac. Yeah.
Oh, that's what Mac means? Okay, I see.
Yeah. Well, O means of something, and I'm not sure what Mac means, but it's the same concept.
It could be of and then from. Yeah, that could be the same. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at Travis's numbers. The best thing I did was dump fucking that shitter from the White Sox, Grandal, for him. Although Grandal will be a whole lot better in this league than he was in the last one, unfortunately. A lot of walks. It should also be, despite, I don't think Travis has had, no, he hasn't had a season quite like this, but he was a blue chip prospect at one point for the Mets, right?
Long time ago.
Not that long ago. Oh,
10 years ago.
He's 32, yeah, so I guess. But his exit velocity in 2018 was 94.2. That feels like the highest I had seen, but it was not. Exit velocity must have been really high in 2018 because he had the top 2% with 93.4 in 2020, and he was not in any percentage in that year, so that's weird.
He only saw 57 pitches in 2018.
Oh. Yeah. So he didn't qualify. That's it. Got it. Is Travis going to bat 300 this year?
No.
No. That's unfortunate. Is Travis going to bat 280 this year? Probably not. His metrics were pretty stellar last year.
Yeah, he was good in the playoffs too.
Do we think he's a
But
4 or a 5? I think
I
he
think he
is.
can clear. He can clear 275.
So that puts him at a 5. Um, I think you're still happy even if he bats like 265, but does some of the things he was doing last year. Plus, it's a good lineup. He has a lot of protection, all that. He averages a 314 on base percentage for his career. Last year it was 386. If his average goes down, so does the on base percentage. Walk rate is either basically at or just below the league average. Although, I don't know, not just below with 6. If he's 50 points, we expect it to be about, like, let's say 50 points below his average from last season. So that would also drop his on base percentage 50 points. So that would be a 3. Any arguments there?
No.
Career slugging of 423, 533 last season. His exit velocity the last 3 seasons have all been above 90. His launch angle in 2018 was goddamn 20.5 with limited at bats. His launch angle went down last year, but he saw more success. And it might just be that he's better off not trying to hit home runs and doing kind of the Freddie Freeman just try to hit it over the second baseman's head.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should take a bet on how many times they'll say that this season. Freddie will tell you he's just trying to hit it over the second baseman's head. I'm assuming it'll be like, probably 100 times. It won't be one a game. That'll get redundant, but like 100 times. He sweet spotted the ball a lot. In 2018, he did it 80% of the time. I got to get rid of this 2018 year out of my head because it wasn't really a year. But he's good. We like Travis here. I think his slugging will be fine. I think average is like a good thing, like a good guess, like a 4. But obviously he has the potential to kind of play up from there. So.
Yeah, I see a lot of Mitch Garver here.
Oh, that's not good for your Braves. You don't want Mitch Garver.
Well, he had a really, really good.
It was a really
29
really good
second half, and then he didn't repeat.
Home runs. His best year was 16. He had 9 last season, which would have put him at like the 23.
Yeah, I think he's moved into the feature catcher role because the Braves have been sort of splitting time over the last 5 years or so. But he's definitely the number one, no doubt, everyday catcher. So
yeah,
I think he can hit 20, and he's probably going to probably clean up or 5th.
that's like 3, I guess, right? Strikeouts. 27% last year, but 19 over his career. But he has not been in the teens in quite some time. He had a 31. That 2018 season. God damn you. Stolen bases. He has 2 in an 8-year career. That's about. It might be a 0, because like you can't expect him to steal one. Yeah. Run. Good lineup. I don't know. Yeah, he's batting cleanup. He had 19 runs last season. I don't know. It's probably going to be around. Like, his best year was 50. He could do like 50, I guess.
It's a 3.
Okay. RBIs. Hopefully are better than that. His best year was 69. I could see at least. I mean, he's batting cleanup, right? So it's got to be at least 75. You would hope.
I'd say more like 85.
So we giving him like a 5 for that.
Yeah. Freeman and Ozuna and Acuna. Swanson, yeah.
26. 8, 12, 15, 18, 21, 26. It's a shame because not being able to steal at all, you know, it burns us all here. But
Well, there's not a lot of practical difference between a 0 and a 2, so
right.
you could say 28, and he's okay as a catcher.
Contreras, he's better than Contreras. I didn't think it would be that close, but he's better. I like J.D. Davis.
He's got a weird helmet. There's me.
He's got a weird helmet. I don't know if I've seen the helmet, so I can't comment.
It's weird.
Um,
It's kind of like the Francisco Cervelli helmet, except not as exaggerated and somewhere in between. And he tries to make it look normal, and it's not. And it's like, no.
oh wait,
And I realize,
is it like the Giancarlo Stanton helmet too?
is it like the what?
The Stanton helmet, where it's got the face guard.
Oh no.
Well, that's what I'm seeing right here. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, you mean the thing that comes across his jaw? Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not why it's weird.
Okay. I've tried to put in J.D. Davis helmet and it said J.D. Davis funeral home. Okay. No, all I see is an ear flap. I'm not really sure, but I'll look for
Never
it.
mind.
I'll look for it this season.
Maybe he's just got a weird head. I don't know. All right, his career batting average is 448.
No, it sure isn't. That is slugging. 2019 was his breakout. He had 268 last season, 247. 20. I'm sorry. Now you got me all fucked up. Damn it. He has a 268 career average, 247 last year. Oh my lord. It's talking up my ass. Does he have? He's lefty, right? Does he have pretty bad splits?
He's a righty.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
And his splits look even.
That's good.
Yeah, he's a little better against lefties as you would expect, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that's about as close as, yeah. I think he would hit over 250, I would guess. I don't think he's going to hit 247. I don't think he's going to be a great average hitter probably ever, but I think he's capable of a 4. On base percentage last year was 371. He's dead ass at 346 over his career. The walk rate was really good last season. It was about average the year before. I don't know if we can give him a 4 for on base percentage if even in his at his average he's below 350, you know? And we kind of... What was his best year? His on base was 369 with a 307 batting average. I would probably tend towards like the 3, maybe 4. I don't know. That's kind of tough. There's not a whole lot of data. It's like good year, not so great year. What's kind of the in between?
I'd give him a 4. His only full season, he did all right.
All right.
So
give the man a 4.
And then the next year, he had more walks. So
do it. Slugging last season was 389, 448 over his career. Which is somewhat of an interesting. I mean, when he played a full season, he had 527, but I don't think we're gonna like say he's like a 6 in slugging today or 7. So,
Yeah, his exit velocity went back down, so
his launch angle went through the floor as well, 3.3 last season. If he fixes that, his slugging will return to form very likely.
probably a 3.
Okay. Home runs, he had 22 in 2019. I would kind of assume he could hit like 25. I think 3 or 23, 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.
Okay. Strikeout numbers 20, about 24.5. He's at 23.4 over his career, so it's a 3. Stolen bases, he has 4 in his career. He's just like a 1 or a 2. He had 65 runs in 2019. I think that's probably our best metric to look at here. He's probably closer to... Well, I don't know. Where's he going to bat in that lineup? I think it's near the bottom. No, that's not what I wanted. Mets, projected lineup. He's going to bat 7th. It's going to be in the 60s probably. So, 3. I think his RBI numbers are probably a 4. He's got a lot of nice names. Dominic Smith, not Pete Alonso, he won't get on base enough, but Conforto, Lindor, Neal, Nimmo, I mean, all that's in front of him, so the potential is quite nice, I think. Yeah, 7, 8, 11, 14, 17, 21, 25. He ain't no Travis d'Arnaud. Darno. God damn it, I'll never say it right.
Darno.
Darno. I said it right the second time, but I'll never say it right the first time.
Say it again.
Darno.
There you go. You got it.
I think he just tricked me into saying it right the first time. Unless that still counted from
Well,
the initial time. I don't know. Paul DeYoung. The most interesting spelling of DeYoung. It's kind of got like I don't know, almost like Asian enunciation?
DeJong.
Yeah. I wonder what his background is.
It looks like Illinois State.
Yes. Let me look here.
Whatever language they speak there.
Raised in Orlando, Florida, moved to Antioch, Illinois. He grew up a Braves fan. Well, that doesn't tell me anything about where the fuck his name came from. So, the metrics are looking pretty meager. Launch angle is actually pretty high, but he's not hitting it with any sort of velocity. So,
The DeJong surname comes from the Middle Dutch words de jonk, meaning the young. Used to denote the younger of two bearers of the same name, usually a son who bore the same name as his father, which later became a hereditary surname. So it's Dutch.
oh, so he's Paul the Younger?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he's pretty much a 250 hitter over his career, so that makes our job easy. Slap a 4 on his forehead. His season last season was like just in line with what he does. So he's like a 3 in on base percentage.
Great.
Yeah, this makes the job easy when there's no variance. Slugging, however, there was variance. 455 over his career, 349 last season. He does, like I said, he has a really nice launch angle, like really high, but the exit velocity really isn't there, and it was a pretty big drop off between his average in 2020.
No, it went up.
Yeah, I mean,
20.
I didn't say that correctly, but yeah, it went up.
Which yeah, it doesn't make sense because his home runs fell off. So, but he's shown he can hit 25, 19, 30. So
And
I think 20 or 25 is
his sweet spot
huh?
percentage went up and everything. I don't know. Well, we're still on slugging, right? Yeah. I think power is kind of his asset. So
Yeah, and defense. Well, supposed to be.
his outs above average looks pretty bad.
He's supposed to be a good defender, but oh well.
Also hurt a lot from my memory. Is that correct?
Not sure.
108, 115, 159, 45. The 1 year he played a full season, he was an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 30.
I'll say 25 home runs.
Yeah, that's good. But we're still on slugging, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was his slugging in his best year? 444. So let's give him a 3 for slugging, I think. Because he's only done over 450 once, and he hit 532 slugging. So I don't necessarily expect him to have that, and his averages kind of work out to be below. Yeah, then he's got a 4 or 5 for home runs. Or I'm sorry, 3 or 4. So do you think he'll hit 25? I think he could. Right? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stolen bases. He had 9 in 2019, but otherwise just 1 in every other year he played, giving him a grand total of 12. Probably a 2. I skipped over strikeouts because I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
It's a 3.
Yeah. Runs. He averages 90 a season. He had 97 in 2019. Otherwise, 68, 55, 17. Cardinals projected lineup. I'm assuming he'll be near the top of the. He'll be hitting second in front of Goldschmidt, Arenado, Carlson.
Oh boy. Well, he'll score a lot of runs then.
Yeah, I feel like he'll be good. At least 85, right? So we're talking 5.
5. Not many RBIs though.
Yeah, 25, 78, 68, 65. Probably in the 60s. You think that's about right?
Yeah.
It'd be a 3. 8, 10, 13, 17, 20, 23, 27. Alex Dickerson. This would be a player that I would characterize as someone that doesn't get me very excited. But we shall see, I suppose. Is he Corey Dickerson's brother?
Not that I'm aware.
Is this like a Patel situation?
Yeah.
And of course, I get here and all of his numbers are like looking relatively good. You bitch.
Except one.
The walks.
He's 30 years old.
And he's slow.
He's never done this before.
His on base percentage looks really nice. Last season. Career 273 hitter. He has 26 home runs in 4 seasons. Gives him like 6 a year.
Oh, that's 26 and 586 at bats.
Which is like a little over like a season's worth, or is that like a season's worth?
About a season.
So has he like never started?
Not until last year.
But isn't Yastrzemski a little bit older too? That's correct,
Yeah.
right? So they got all these like lifetime minor league hitters all of a sudden making it up and playing really good.
Does not inspire confidence if I were a Giants fan.
Well, they had their time where they were in the fucking World Series every season. And it wasn't necessarily because they had great hitters either. I don't know. Do we think he bats? Is he a 4 or a 5? I guess is the question. Above 260 or below?
265, you mean?
Yeah, 265.
I'd say above.
Okay, so he's a 5. Then the question becomes on base percentage at 350 or below 350. I say at because I don't see him going much above that.
Mm-hmm. It's a 4.
Okay.
Is that a 4? I can't remember.
If he's at 350, it's a 4. Yeah. Slugging. 576 last season, huh? I'm thinking probably not. Launch angle and exit velocity look good. Sweet spot percentage is pretty down. Hit the ball hard.
I just remembered. He was in a strict platoon last year. So.
But he takes 75% of the at-bats, right?
It was 158 versus righties, 12 versus lefties.
So
he didn't face lefties at all.
Who was he platoon
Yeah, so
with?
just fuck this guy. I can't remember.
I mean, he could still technically be draftable because he's going to play a lot.
I mean, this is basically Jesse Winker with a lot less power.
I mean, we did do Jesse Winker, am I correct?
We did.
So, do we just go through with it?
Yeah, but we're thinking Jesse Winker's going to play every day. I guess Alex Dickerson will too, but...
Okay, hold up. You know what it's time for? Giants. God damn it, I can't type for shit. Giants projected motherfucker. Projected lineup. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. They have him betting cleanup, so... Listella, Solano, Yastrzemski, Dickerson, Posey, Belt, Crawford. Oh my god. How is Brandon Crawford still doing things? Mauricio Dubon. This is one ugly ass lineup. Yastrzemski has the highest projected RBI total with 78 with 24 home runs. This is just fucking gross.
So, yeah, if he is going to play every day, then I would knock his average and on base down. Because I think he's going to struggle against lefties.
I don't know if he will, though. It might just be too complicated to judge. And I don't think you're drafting Alex Dickerson being very excited. It just kind of becomes something that you have to do.
Well, if he doesn't play every day, then this doesn't matter.
I think the fact that we have to question it and don't really know means that we probably shouldn't rate him as you were suggesting.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I'll just delete him. Jesse Winker, I think, has some potential, but not this guy, not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's many people from the Giants who have this elusive potential. So this is who we should be talking about. People like this. People who are locked in. People who buy their mother's cars. I think he bought her a Mercedes-Benz. He only had 102 plate appearances last season, but I think we have enough information to.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a Nelson Cruz thing? Unless he's hurt or something has changed, I think we know who he is.
Right. So his average is 272 over his career, but I think he's probably on the lower end of that now that he's 35. So probably a 4 in my mind. He has not hit above 270 since 2017. He's kind of been more of the what I'm suggesting type area. On base percentage, 369 over his career. He could be about average. Let me see his walk rate. His walk rate over his career has been very good. Like, very, very good. This is a guy you should like.
Yeah, I think we should give him a 5 for
Ryan, what's up, buddy?
base.
5? It's good with me.
Slugging, at least a 5.
Career 508. Last season he was 469. Yeah, that's good. Homers. 6 last year, 37 the year before that. He had 8, 33, 37. He's good for 30. He's probably in the 5s. With
maybe a 6.
Potential of being a 6, yeah. Put the number you feel comfortable. Yeah, okay. Cool. Strikeouts are over his career less than he's like a 3-4. Stolen bases. He had 4 in 2019. He could be like a 1 or a.
How about this though? He's 38 out of 46 for his career. Very efficient.
He's effective. So does that give him a 2?
Sure.
For efficiency? Okay. He's in a good lineup. He has 666 runs in his career. All right. I don't know about that, dude. You're the fucking devil, dude. 14 last season. He was hurt a lot. 96 with Atlanta. He had 30 the year before that. 65, 122. 75 or 85? 4 or 5? What do you think? If he stays
I
healthy,
think
I don't
90.
it's really a question. It's okay, so 5.
I mean, I remember when he came to Atlanta and everybody's like, well, is he too old? No, he's not fucking too old. It's fine. So I don't think it's going to be any problem as long as he's healthy.
Twins projected lineup. Let's see where he's going to be. They have Kepler, Reyes, Donaldson, Cruz, Sano, Karloff. So they have Donaldson. They project him for 73 RBIs, but Cruz and Sano 93, 95. I don't know if I necessarily understand that completely.
Also walks a lot, maybe.
Yeah,
That's why.
maybe.
I don't think that's probably why they made the projection, but
it's a 4 or 5. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. 21.
clearly
I think it's like 35.
Is that too high?
Very possibly. That would put him with Charlie Blackmon and Ozzie Albies. No, it's not too high. Dominic Smith, Whit Merrifield, Starling, Marte are all above him. I think you just kind of see him as a. I don't know where he's ranked on the list here. ESPN top 300 players. Baseball. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Control F. Donaldson. He's player 175. They
Really?
they rank him below Gary Sanchez
Oh my.
and Carlos Santana. All Carlos Santana does is walk, and I think Josh Donaldson does that just as good and more.
Is Donaldson hurt? That's really low.
How's everything working, by the way? Is everything working okay? The laptop?
What do you mean?
I don't know if you're using it in that capacity.
Not exactly.
What's the issue?
So I'm on my old one now.
Uh-huh.
So I tried it last night, and I kind of got the fan situation sorted out because I can move it away, the microphone away from the fan.
Right.
But the headphone jack doesn't work. So
on my computer.
Right. So I'll have to figure out. I can't really stream without headphones because I have to block the speakers from reverbing into the microphone. I have to be able to check my audio, so I have to figure that out.
Well,
but I'm thinking
the good thing is I don't know why the headphone jack would work. If you can kind of set it and forget it, it's fine. It's just basically your own personal OBS machine. The only problem is, like you said, you have to check it. But I have my phone, and usually the only time I ever check audio or something is just once. Otherwise, someone will let you know in chat or something, right?
Right.
This article says Twins Josh Donaldson work to keep third baseman on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know what
that's the issue.
Calf issues have followed Donaldson around for years, but the Twins and their 35-year-old baseman have been bandying around ideas to keep him healthy throughout the course of the 162-game season so they can avoid a repeat of last year. I don't know. They're trying to keep him healthy is the takeaway. I guess they're just saying that he's somewhat of an injury risk. I feel totally fine with the rating. I think he's good. I think he's always been good when he's been healthy. So
I think he's like pitch for pitch. I think he's better than Judge and Stanton. I think he still plays like an MVP when he's healthy. So he draws more walks than they do. He's a better hitter. Strikes out less. So he's in probably as good of a lineup. So
I have to get something to eat. I am starving all of a sudden, so I'll be right back.
Okay, me too.
You know what I hate about MLB Network? So the guys on MLB Network are all like about advanced analytics and shit. But only like when it like fits their narrative. Because like they were gushing over how they just extended Hunter Dozier for like $0 in Kansas City. But his advanced metrics are not very good. Other than he walked. So I don't know. Decent launch angle, but his exit velocity is just like bad. There's like a career 250 hitter. What the fuck?
Well, 2019 was okay.
As okay as a year can be in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think he's a 250 hitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably going to be a 3 on base percentage, I think.
3?
His walk rate is good from last year, but the problem is he has a career 323 on base percentage. His best year was 348, and we don't expect him to hit 279. So he'd have to walk more to keep it at a 4 level.
Yeah, that's true.
Slugging, he only hit over 400 once. I'd probably be more inclined to say that he's a 3 than a 4.
I think Ted Williams only hit 400 once.
Batting average, yeah, you're right. Also, in order to have that high slugging percentage, he also had 10 triples.
Mm-hmm.
His average is 450, but I would think it's a little bit below that. That would be my guess. Although I think 25 home runs is pretty safe. Lifetime 26.5 strikeout rate. That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Stolen bases. He had 4 last year. His sprint speed is the 77th percentile. It's probably like a 2 or a 3. He could maybe do more if he, I don't know, 2. This lineup is just horse shit. So 3. 3 for both. $25. I don't know if all that's even his fault, but it's a 25. Oh boy, Mauricio Dubon.
Who even is this fucking guy?
He was our top prospect, and we traded him for Pomerantz. Yeah. I kind of feel at this point, despite the fact that we still don't have Pomerantz, that we got the edge in it, because he's basically, you know what? Let's look at the stats first. Yeah, he's basically a nothing player. You got him from the Boston Red Sox. I forget what for, but he's nothing. He's the 8th hitter in San Francisco's lineup. The only worst position is being the 8th hitter in Kansas City's lineup, I think. Possibly equal. Exit velocity is piss. It's just not good. I see no reason why anyone should be rostering Mauricio Dubon.
What position is he playing?
He started as an infielder, but it looks like he's going to play outfield for them.
Okay. Is he locked into the lineup?
According to the projection, he was 8th. Seems like he's really good defensively. And
Maybe we should just delete the entire San Francisco Giants roster.
other than Yastrzemski, yeah.
Because if we don't know if Dickerson's starting, there's no way that Dubon is locked in.
I think he's locked in because of his defense.
Okay. All right, let's get this show on the road then. All right, what do you think about the average?
He, I don't think he's gonna back to 4. 4 with a hard shrug. On base is a 3. Slugging is somewhere between a 3 and a 2. Home runs is like a 2. What does that leave us with? K's?
We had 8 in 288 plate appearances.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
Fine with his 12 percentile exit velocity.
That's a 2. Okay, strikeouts.
Pretty good.
4.
Pretty good, yeah. Stolen bases. He had 2 last season, but he has pretty good sprint speed.
He was 2 out of 5.
He's like a 2 or a 3. I leave that up to you. And RBIs and runs are like 2s. They're hard 2s. Like, nobody in that lineup is scoring. Nobody in that lineup is driving anyone in. And he's at the bottom of it. So,
I want to give him a 1.
I feel like it's possible. It's in the question. Like, what's a run? I don't know, a 1, like 30?
40 or 50, maybe. Like, 1 is like someone who's completely non-competitive in that category, and 50 would be pretty much non-competitive. Anything below 50 would be.
I'm fine with 1s because this is going to be one of the worst producing lineups and one of the worst producing players and one of the worst producing lineups. So, 20. Yeah, I wanted that to be over pretty much as quickly as it could be. I took that opportunity to eat my food.
Yeah, I think we took out the interesting players first, and it's leaving us some not interesting players.
Not totally true. Adam Eaton, come on.
Huh. I drafted him last year.
How'd that go?
Not well.
Did he end up on the waiver wire?
Yeah.
Like fast?
No, I held on a while. A few weeks.
Yep.
But he was pretty fucking bad.
We are ranking these players. Our draft is in a week from tomorrow. So this content will probably won't be happening for too much longer, but we're kind of deciding if we want to do more kind of in-season content, but we are in the same league, and we're trying to be competitive against each other, so,
Uh-huh.
that makes it somewhat difficult. Sake, turn off. So he batted 226 last year, but he's a 282 hitter. I guess the question would be, is he getting too old? His seasons were good before that.
Sure were.
You gotta give him the touch that Johnny drafted him.
He was bad last year.
I would think that he's probably a 5 hitting wise, batting average.
Hmm.
You don't agree? You holding a grudge?
Um, I mean, so Juan, he was, you know, he had some power before, and it evaporated last year. So maybe it was just a, hard year for him. But I guess I can give him a 5.
Who is he with now?
I think Chicago. Is that?
The White Sox?
I think so.
And he's hitting second with Grandal, Abreu, Jimenez, Moncada, Roberts. Oof, boy. It's going to be interesting. On base percentage is like a 4. Slugging is like a 3. I feel like these guys are kind of just easy because I don't think there's going to be a lot of variance. He could be much worse than a 3 though at first slugging. By much worse, I mean like a 2. Oh, let's see that power you were talking about. Oh, 4 home runs? That would have given him 10. Let's give him a 2 for that. Even if he's not a 2, he has like 15 home run power at his best. So I don't think we're missing out a lot there. Strikeout rate is pretty good. That's probably why you drafted him last year.
Yeah.
Is that like a 4 or 5? 5? 5, okay, yeah. Stolen bases, 315, 9, 314, averages 16. I would say he's on the lower end of that now. 2 or 3, probably. You better hope that he maintains a 3 because I think that's part of his like allure of starting him. Runs will probably be pretty good. I would say about, well, let's see what his... Wow. There's a disturbance in the force. I think he's probably at least 85, right?
Yeah.
5. Runs will be, or RBIs will be horrific though. Like 2. He could be non-competitive as well in that category, but
Yeah.
put 2.
Yeah.
10, 15, 18, 20, 24, 29. It's not all bad. So my game wasn't crashing and Twitch wasn't crashing, and it wasn't my internet. So I don't know why it was crashing. I actually got back on and just, I don't know if you saw, but I just said, well, I'm having issues, so I'm just gonna hop off. So I don't know the reason. It was something to do with Twitch. I don't know. It was weird. It shouldn't be an issue going forward. Shouldn't. But Mark, let's go to like 1:30. Does that sound good with you? So we can maybe
Sure.
get 1, 2 more in. I gotta brush my teeth and shit, which takes forever now since I'm actually brushing them in a non-ape way. Didn't even know how to spell Tommy Edmonds' last name. He fast. 250 last season, 283. He hit 304 in 92 games in 2019. I would probably guess he's probably more in the 5 range, like 265 plus, between 265 and like 280.
Yeah.
On base percentage is pretty bad. He's like a 3. His walk rate is also pretty rough. Slugging. He had 368 slugging last season, 449. I would think that's probably going to be around more like a... I mean, all of his metrics are bad, but he's fat. It's going to be like a 3, right? Like somewhere in between 400 and 450, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was a pretty rough season. Home runs, he had 5 last season. He has 16 total. Do you think he'd hit like, I don't know, 10 to 15?
Yeah, I'd give him the high side of that.
Yeah, let's give him a 3. Strikeout percent around league average or below. He's like a 4. Could play up to 5, but probably a 4. Stolen bases. He had 15 in 2019. 4 or 5?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I feel good about this player. He's leading off in the Cardinals lineup. I believe he will score quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he could score 100 runs.
Yeah, I figured you'd be in bed at that point because it was like midnight here. But yeah, well, yeah, I hadn't been a dentist in 10 years, so yeah, like I said yesterday, so they were happy with it. I was happy with it, so we're keeping up the routine. Yeah, so we're almost done with hitters, though. So if you look at it that way, 300 is not that bad. Runs would probably be 5 or 6 for me, I think. What do you think?
That's a 6 for me.
Okay, and then RBIs would be like a 2. I don't even have to look at the numbers. 8, 11, 14, 18, 23, 29, 31. Is that right? Yep. Ranks out pretty good. Eduardo. You ever see that episode of Family Guy?
Which one?
Do you remember Mr. Weed?
No, well, that's way back.
Yeah, that's like
the beginning.
he gets murdered within the first, like, I don't know, 10 episodes or something. But there's a statue, and I forget what happens, but Peter, like, cuts it. It's got a nose that's really big, and Peter, like, smashes it off, and it goes flying through Mr. Weed's window. Mr. Weed grabs it, and he says, "I will call you Eduardo," because it kind of looks like a penis. I don't know. I guess that's the joke. I don't really know, but
Oh, God.
for some reason, I guess that's probably like 99 or 2000.
Yeah,
99.
it's like first 10 episodes or something.
So I was like 5 years old. I thought that was really funny. I don't, and literally has stuck with me since. So Family Guy is kind of a weird show, specifically at the time, because it got given life by Cartoon Network. Like, single-handedly brought it back from the dead. Kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Eduardo Escobar, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do we expect from his average here? He's been in the league for 10 seasons and averages 257, so that's probably about right. Seeing how his exit velocity is middling, even though he has a high launch angle, that's going to probably stick. So what, 4?
Yeah.
Base percentage of 308.3.
Yikes.
That's not good. It's not good. Slugging is probably also atrocious.
I'd give him under 300, so a 2.
Oh, you give him a 2 for his on-base percentage?
I think it'll be under 300.
All right, you're the boss. Slugging is 430 over his career, 335 over. I have no. Mr. Weed is like Quagmire, but even weirder. I think that they kind of played with Mr. Weed as just being like a closet homosexual. I think that was like his whole like thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that didn't play well or something. But like they also have that same kind of thing with like Stewie, where he says things that are like insinuated as gay, but he's like not gay. It's weird. I don't know.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more on the nose with Stewie.
Right, where that one where he's at the dancing at the gay club. I love this song. That's also pretty old. Anyway, where are we at? Slugging? Do we think he'll hit over 400 slugging? Because last year was a hot mess.
Well, 2 years before that, he was over 500.
Hmm.
No, not 2018. Never mind. It was almost 500.
If
Well,
500 in 2019.
right.
You could just give him
What was your-
average or below average. Is it above or below 450?
Above.
You think he'll hit above 450? That's like a 5.
I think so. Yeah, I think I was looking at 500, but yeah, I mean, well, recent history suggests that he could.
Okay. E-boy, are you a big Family Guy fan? You got a lot of knowledge on this on the subject. I don't remember who his second was. That at the brewery? His second boss? No. Yes? No. Where was he before he was at the brewery? I can't remember. It was a toy store. Toy place. Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Weed ran the toy place.
Did he still work at the toy place after Mr. Weed died? I don't know. Anyway, home runs. His best year was 35. Where the fuck did that come from? His best average is 18 and he hit 35 one year? Hit 35 and literally changed nothing about his exit velocity or launch angle? The fuck happened? Like, this is like beyond statistics. Like, how do you even... Like, what was that year in 2019? What the fuck is that? I don't know. He's going to hit, like, I don't know, it's going to be a 3 or 4 on our scale. He's not hitting no 35. Strikeouts. He's pretty good. 4 or 5. I'll have to brush up. Family Guy is one of those shows. I say this to Mark. I feel like it's like every week. It's still funny. I just don't watch it anymore. He has 20 stolen bases in 10 years, so he's a hard average of 2 per year. So 1. Let's look at Diamondback's projected lineup, shall we? He is going to hit 4th. Oh my god. Why? Guess they got Carson Kelly batting 5th. Nick Ahmed. Dalton Varsho. The pride of Milwaukee, Dalton Varsho. I guess he's going to have at least 75 RBIs. I'm not exactly sure why.
Is that a 5?
4 is 75. Do you think he'll get more than 85 or 80?
No.
Okay. Wait, I meant that for RBIs, not runs, because I don't know, I'm stupid.
Yeah, for RBIs, yeah, I think so. He's hitting cleanup.
Do you think they might both be 4s? Okay, 5. All right.
I think he'll do better with RBIs.
29. My whole life is just like Hollywood or music references. I think most of the time when I'm talking to Mark, I make a music reference and then just have him immediately explain it because nobody would even know what the fuck I'm talking about, even if they were like, somewhat more in the know about modern music. Oh, I don't know about you, Mark, and I know that you have a background in music, but I find like music theory to be absolutely well beyond my reach, but very interesting. And I watched this video this guy made. He called it the Elliott Smith chord video, and essentially, so Phoebe Bridgers, who is my favorite right now artist, and Elliott Smith's probably my favorite of all time. Essentially, what she did is
she studied his music so much, and it may have been even subconscious, that she uses the same kind of vocal phrasing and the same chord to like accentuate sadness in her music. And Elliot did it, and he would be like the master. That's why. So the chord is the fifth of fifths. So if you like, if it's C, that'd be C D E F G, then G A B C D, right? So so they use that, and what they would do is they would phrase a word and like break the word up. So like, let's say poison, like that, right? And what they would do is they'd play the fifth of fifths in the like second part of the phrasing of the word. So it almost like, the way it works, it almost feels like you're taking the bottom out of the like the phrasing, you know, like you're kind of up high and then it gets really low. And the way that he's kind of explained it was that it gives it a lot of emotional tension, and for some reason, and he goes into tritones and harmonies and all this, that the way that it works is it just somehow that phrasing and the way they do it just is like, it cuts deep to people for whatever reason. And she kind of emulated that style. So, and it's weird because they're two of my favorite artists, and sonically, even though I wasn't aware of it, they were doing the same thing. And obviously it's something that resonates with my kind of like sonic palette, I guess, and with a lot of other people's too. I don't know. But it was a very cool video. I love music theory. It's so interesting, but it's so dense, and it's hard for me to like retain any of that information. You know, like I'd have to watch that video like 100 times to get like literally anything out of it. But musicians are smart people, even though if they may or may not know it. You know, they may not be sitting here quoting music theory to you, but they know the relationship. Anyway, I thought you'd think that was interesting. Anyway, as an aside.
Oh yeah, I'm absorbing. Yeah, it's it is indeed very, very difficult, but it's interesting too that a lot of like blues and jazz musicians didn't even necessarily know what they were doing in terms of theory, and then universities are studying them, academics are studying them decades later.
I always thought that it was kind of weird, or not weird, but I don't know how to say it, but like Nick Cave and Kanye West get honorary doctorates, but their contributions in the way that they'll be studied forever, I guess it's warranted giving them a doctorate, even though they're not necessarily and would not necessarily be capable of putting their head in a book and learning music theory, like I don't know, like a music theory doctorate person, a professor or something,
Right. It's kind of like
it's two very.
There's a video of Glenn Campbell playing with a wrecking crew. I assume you've heard of them.
He's the one who got dementia and then did the.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were like the backup band for like everybody in the 60s and 70s. They're on thousands of records. And he couldn't read music at all, but he could play, note for note with, the best. So.
I mean, and this is just kind of like a minor example too, but like a musician just being able to step in and they'll be like, okay, we're playing this song in this, in G or whatever, and then they're just able to step in.
Right.
Right, yeah, I mean, like, it's amazing that people can be so gifted and, like, not really even know why or how or...
Right.
Mark and I have talked about perfect pitch, just being able to hear a tone and know what it is and sonically be able to identify it. People are amazing. You can give them that. And the question is like, why you and not me? But, there's a lot of things that I'm very good at that person XYZ is not. So, why, when not going to the dentist for 10 years, do I not get a single cavity? I don't know, man. I wish I could tell you, because I can tell you that my brushing technique was leaving something to be desired, for sure.
Up and down and not side to side.
And if you're taking Badlands Booker's advice, do it in circles.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, in that same video, he brushed his teeth and then washed his... or drank like a liter of goddamn lemon juice or some shit. So I don't know how much you should be listening to Badlands Booker. He also attempted to drink
that
the
too.
ocean.
If you drink something acidic, wash it out with water before you brush your teeth, because you're just grinding it into your teeth. The same with sugar.
Well, that's exactly what he did, and it probably fucked his teeth up more than he knows.
Probably.
Yeah, so he goes by Badlands Chugs, but when he was a professional eater, he was Badlands Booker. I don't know. I find him fascinating because his life expectancy has to be less than 10 years. There's no way. Like, I go to the doctor, and they'll be like, well, you can't be eating this stuff. What the hell do they say to Badlands Booker? Unless he just doesn't go to a doctor. I don't know. You know? They gotta be like, you gotta cut all this out of your diet. He'll be like, no, I'm gonna fucking drink the ocean. I'm sorry. I ain't got time for your bullshit.
Some of the professional eaters are like marathon runners in their spare time. I don't think that's the case with him.
Well, you have guys like Matt Stoney, who's a professional eater but weighs like 10 pounds. I guess there's a lot of vomiting going on with that. I don't know. But Matt Stoney at this point is really just trying to do whatever he can to keep his minor stardom, because he's on Twitch and shit at this point. He chugs the blood donations from the hospitals? He's done that on stream?
Okay, you cut out. You said he chugged the blood of patients from hospitals?
Yeah, that's what E-Boy said. He said he has chugged the blood donations from hospitals. That's why they aren't letting him in. Oh, you're making a joke. Sorry. You should have given me like a Keck W or something. I was in like absolute serious. But yeah, I got it.
Oh boy.
We were talking about music theory, rating things statistically, and you're gonna sit here and drop a joke on me? Come on now. Bruh. Brusky bruh. Alright, I have to get ready to leave. So, we'll continue this tomorrow, yeah?
Sure.
E-Boy, thanks for being here, man. Hopefully I can play some Sinners Mod more tomorrow. We'll be doing a little bit more of this, obviously. But thanks for popping back in again. And Mark, thanks for always being helping me out with this and doing this with me, and being my partner.
Thank you.
I just didn't say that right. You're my partner in this.
It's fine.
I mean, it seemed like I was like the leader, which is nothing close to being true. Tomorrow we'll be officially a week away from drafting, and that'll be exciting.
Have a great day. Thank you too.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great day as well. Drop a line on me later. I'll just be at home later tonight. Okay.
Yes.
E-Boy says he loves you. No homo. E-Boy's like my biggest fan, and he's very much appreciated. Did you leave my phone call? He sure did. All right, well, since I've just been abandoned, I'm going to leave now, E-Boy. But